Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, I, Roxana Parveen, Senior Lecturer in Biology, Milestone College, welcome you to the online class from Chapter 5 of your subject Science, Light for Sight, the lesson number 2. Before studying our lesson, I'd repeat the same warning that to keep out of danger by boosting your immunity. Eat more and more vegetables, vitamin C enriched food, and proteinous food. Today's topics are refraction of light, mechanisms to see an object by our eyes, and eyesight problems and remedies. After finishing the lessons, we will be able to describe the refraction mechanisms and laws, and we can describe how we can see by our eyes, and we can identify the reasons of eye defects, and we can make some solutions. Well, what is refraction? Refraction is the change of the direction during entering one medium to another medium of the light rays. For example, here you see that is the air medium and this one is the water medium. When the light rays are entering the water medium, it changes its direction. Instead of going straight way OB, it's changing its direction to OC. But in case of the straight light rays, no change of the direction occurs for this light rays. And what is the laws of refraction? There are two laws. One is first, another is second law. First law states that the incident ray, the refracted ray, and the straight line fall on the surface, of course, on the changing space of the air medium and water medium or any medium, all lie at the same place. That means in case of straight light rays, this is the incident ray, this one is the refracted ray, and the straight line drawn on the surface, you see all lie on the same plane. Here all at the same plane. But in case of the angular light rays, when it is falling with angle, such as AO is the incident ray, after refraction it is changing its direction to OC instead of OB. The incident rays along with the straight axis forming an angle, right? And there is of course a value of the angle as a sine form. Here is also the angle formed, that is also has a value with a sine form. So second law states that if the color of the light rays, that means which is particular, and particular pair of medium, the sine, the ratio between the sine of the angle of incidence and the sine of angle of the refraction remain always constant. Means this angle by this angle or this angle by this or angle, the ratio, that means always remain constant. What are the conditions? Of course, the particular color of light might be there, and another condition is here, the pair of medium must be particular or fixed. So that is the second law. At your exam hall condition, you may have the question that state the laws of refraction. You have to write exactly whatever it is. Well, let's begin with the eye defects. We know that we can see an object by the refraction of this red colored eye lens to the retina. Reverse image is formed over there, and the image is the information of this reverse image is sent to the optic nerve. Then brain decides what to see. But in case of hypermetropia, what happens? The patient can see the far objects clearly, but they cannot see the near object clearly. That is called hypermetropia. Two reasons are there. If the converging power of the eye lens decreases, that means this is the eye lens, light rays are falling from here coming inside the eyeball. That is the precise structure of the eyeball. However, at this position, optic nerves are connected. Converging power, that means the eye lens is the converging lens. It should converge the light rays to fall on the retina, but you see the power of converging is decreased, and it seems like forming the focus outside or or crossing the retina wall. This wall, you see, this one is crossing over there. So another reason is the focal length of the eye lens increases. Of course, we know what is the focal length. The focal length should be from here to there, but here the focal length is increased up to there, right? What would be the normal focal length? This would be the normal focal length, the distance between the principal axis of the light rays and the focus. But here the focal length is decreased. However, how to solve this problem? And another reason I forgot to mention that the radius of the eyeball decreases. Another reason includes, okay, when the eyeball radius is decreased here, then the focus is formed outside the wall. So as a result, the light coming from the far distance can create image on the retina properly. But the reflected light coming from the normal near point falls on the eye, and after refraction by the eye lens converges at the point F behind the retina. So the eye cannot distinctly see the object near to it. As a result, a person with hypermetropia cannot see the near objects. But how the question comes at exam hall? Suppose the stain is denoting that someone, Shima or Rima, cannot see or cannot read the book properly, but she can easily observe the board at the classroom environment, and she went to the doctor, and doctor suggested her to use the positive lens. What is the positive lens? Of course, this one is the positive lens, means convex lens. So convex lens, the power of convex lens is always positive. It converges the light rays to a certain level to form the reverse image or focus just at the perfect position of the retina, right? So the blue colored portion is the artificial lens or spectacles, positive lens, to correct this. Okay, what is myopia and what are the remedies? So the explanation is written at your book, and I have collected this diagram and description from your book. First one, the causes of myopia is just opposite to hypermetropia. The converging power of lens is increased and fall the focus very before reaching the retina wall out there, right? This is the converging lens of eye, and these are the incident rays coming or passing through the eye lens, and the converging power of the eye lens increases. As a result, focus is formed before the retina wall. As a result, the patient can only observe the near objects or near objects, and they cannot see the far objects. However, another reason, the focal length of the eye lens decreases. Focal length decreases here. Of course, you see what would be the normal focal length from here to there. This is the normal focal length, but during myopia, focal length is decreased to just this. Okay, so focal length decreases, and the radius of the eyeball increases for many reasons, for like hypertension or insomnia, or the patient with diabetes or aged people might face this problem with myopia by increasing the eyeball, radius of eyeball. How to solve? Just opposite to the hypermetropia, we can use the concave lens, and the stain may come like someone went to doctor with some problems that he or she cannot see or cannot read the written or writings from the blackboard or the far objects clearly, or one has blurred vision at the far objects like television or blackboard or whiteboard vision, but one can easily understand the near objects or read properly books properly. However, the doctor suggested the patient to use the negative lens. What is the negative lens? Of course, the concave lens is called the negative lens, right? And this lens is negative lens because concave lens diverges the parallel beams of lights to a certain point to reach the focus onto the perfect place of the retina. Right, you see, this one is diverging the light rays so that the converging power could recorrect the vision. Well, the most easy topic is how we see an object. Just I told before that, and there is a tree, right? And we can see a tree, but very finally the image is formed just reversed at the wall of retina, and as this lens is convex, the light rays are converging to a certain point on the wall of retina. This reverse image is formed, and the information is taken or received by the optic nerves, finally sent to the brain. So there is an explanation. Rays from the object gets in the eye through the cornea. These rays then pass through the aqueous humor, the lens and the vitreous humor, and finally fall on the retina to form the images. The images that form on the retina are real and inverted due to the converging optical system of eye. The inverted images is corrected and identified in the optical center of the brain. And finally, we can see the perfect shape, size, and overall image of an object. Well, eyes do a lot of things, right? Very sensitive sensory organ, and we cannot think of a day without eyes. So of course we need to keep some importance to keep our eyes normal or sound. We nowadays have a lot of food and feeding habits problems. We do not follow the proper lifestyle. We keep exposure to radiations or from phones, television, and other devices, or we don't use enough light rays, right? And regular visit to the ophthalmologist is a very nice practice, I guess. Right, what are the feeding habits? Of course, we know that some food such as vitamin C, A, zinc enriched food could help your eyes keeping normal, especially the iodine and vitamin A. Due to lack of iodine, a person could be totally, uh, blind or may have got it too, but vitamin A could give you the clear vision at night because it rears up the special kind of cells called cone cells in the retina, which are photosensitive cells. So we need to keep our retina alive by having those healthy foods. You may make separate points like proper lifestyle. What does it mean? Proper lifestyle means having enough rest, having a proper biological clock, stress-free life, of course, and tension-free life. Keeping out of radiations means we need to limit the use of radioactive substances such as the blue ray of the computer, mobile phones or television or other devices. We should not keep our electronic devices along with the network along with us all the time. It hampers the overall activities of eyes. We need to use proper or enough light to study. The dim lights could hamper our eyesight gradually, so you should not use the dim light to study, okay? And regular visit to the ophthalmologist leads to regular checkup of your eye condition, your power of your normal eye lens. So these are very important to keep your eyes normal. And at your exam hall, if the question comes, what are the things you need to mention or maintain, you may have these 5 points, and you may describe at your own. Well, the homeworks are, and of course, solve the creative exercise questions of the chapter at the end of the chapters at your own, okay? And of course, you should post it on time. Thank you very much. Stay safe.